The settlement on Kepler-442b had always been a symbol of interspecies cooperation, a shining beacon of what humanity and the Vraxian Empire could achieve together. Nancy Martinez had believed in that dream once. She had fallen in love with Kelver, a Vraxian diplomat with silver skin and eyes like distant stars. Their union had been celebrated across both worlds, a testament to peace. But peace, Nancy learned, was fragile. She stood in the doorway of her modest hab unit, cradling 3-month-old Arya in her arms. The baby's skin shimmered with an ethereal quality, halfway between human warmth and Vraxian luminescence. Tiny fingers gripped Nancy's shirt as the infant cooed softly, unaware that her father had left them both behind. "He's not coming back," Nancy whispered to herself, staring at the empty closet where Kelver's diplomatic robes had once hung. The message he'd left was brief. "Clinical, the council has deemed our union politically inconvenient. I have been reassigned to the outer reaches. Forgive me, no forwarding address, no promise to return. Just abandonment dressed in bureaucratic language." Nancy had never felt so alone. Parker. Chen had seen worse things than heartbreak in his 30 years as a war titan. The cybernetic enhancements running through his nervous system, the plasma burns scarring his chest, the memories of watching entire battalions fall. These were the prices of humanity's survival. During the Scourge invasion, he'd retired to Kepler-442b seeking peace, running a small security consultancy for the colony. Most days involved checking perimeter sensors and mediating disputes between drunk miners. It was boring. It was safe. It was exactly what he needed. Until he saw Nancy Martinez sitting alone in the colony's central garden, shoulders shaking with silent sobs while her hybrid daughter slept in a hover bassinet beside her. Parker had walked past her twice, telling himself it wasn't his business. But the third time, something in him, something the war hadn't quite killed, made him stop. "You okay?" he asked, immediately feeling stupid. Obviously, she wasn't okay. Nancy looked up, wiping her eyes quickly. "I'm fine, just having a moment." Parker's enhanced optical implant caught the micro-expressions. She tried to hide exhaustion, desperation, fear. His tactical training screamed at him to walk away, to not get involved. Instead, he sat down beside her. "I'm Parker," he said simply. "Nancy." She glanced at the baby. "And this is Arya." The infant stirred, and Parker caught a glimpse of her unique features, the delicate blend of two species. His enhanced vision picked up the subtle bioluminescence beneath her skin, the slightly elongated fingers, the way her breathing pattern differed from a fully human child. "Hybrid?" he asked. Nancy nodded, tension creeping into her shoulders. Parker had seen that reaction before, parents expecting judgment, preparing for rejection. "She's beautiful," he said, and meant it. Something in Nancy's expression cracked. The story poured out: Kelver's abandonment, the Vraxian Council's rejection, the whispers from other colonists about that hybrid baby, the mounting medical bills because Arya's unique physiology required specialized care that standard insurance wouldn't cover. Parker listened without interruption, his combat-trained mind already formulating solutions. Over the following weeks, Parker became a constant presence in Nancy and Arya's lives. He fixed the broken climate regulator in their hab unit. He used his military connections to find a pediatric specialist familiar with hybrid physiology. He stood beside Nancy at the colony administration office when they tried to deny Arya's citizenship application. His war titan credentials and 6-foot for frame-making bureaucrats suddenly very cooperative. "You don't have to do this," Nancy told him one evening as they watched Arya attempt to grab at holographic projections. "In her play area." "I know," Parker replied. "Then why?" He was quiet for a long moment, watching the baby's delighted giggles. "During the war, I saw what happens when good people get abandoned, when systems fail them, when nobody stands up." He turned to Nancy, his scarred face sincere. "I swore if I ever got the chance to be better than that, I would be." Nancy's eyes glistened. "You barely know us." "I know enough." Parker smiled, a rare expression that softened his war-hardened features. "Besides, Arya's developing some interesting abilities. Did you know she can instinctively read electromagnetic fields? I caught her predicting a power surge yesterday." Nancy blinked. "What?" "Hybrid vigor," Parker explained. She's got human adaptability and Vraxian sensory capabilities. She's going to be extraordinary. The real test came when Culver returned. The Vraxian appeared at Nancy's door 6 months later, looking apologetic and carrying expensive gifts. "The council has reconsidered," he announced. "They will permit our reunion, under certain conditions." Nancy felt Parker's presence behind her before she saw him. The War Titan had been fixing the door panel when Culver arrived. "What conditions?" Nancy asked, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "Arya must be raised on Vraxis Prime, in accordance with our traditions. You may visit, of course, but no." Culver blinked, clearly unused to being interrupted. "Nancy, be reasonable. I can provide for you both. The resources, the status you denied us when it was politically inconvenient." Parker's voice was quiet, but carried the weight of a man who'd commanded armies. "The family you abandoned when they needed you most." Culver's silver skin darkened with anger. "This is not your concern, human." "Actually," Nancy said, stepping forward, "it's exactly his concern. Parker's been Arya's father in every way that matters. He was there for her first laugh, her first doctor's appointment, her first everything. Where were you?" "I am her biological father." "Biology isn't parenthood," Parker interrupted. "Showing up is parenthood. Being there at 3 in the morning when she's sick is parenthood. Teaching her, protecting her, loving her unconditionally, that's parenthood." Culver looked between them, finally seeing what he'd been too self-absorbed to notice. Nancy and Parker stood together, a united front, with Arya safe between them. "I see," Culver said quietly. "The council was right to worry. Humans are surprisingly resilient." "We are," Nancy agreed. "And so is our daughter. She'll grow up knowing she was wanted, protected, and loved. Can you offer her that?" Culver couldn't meet her eyes. Without another word, he left. Parker found Nancy on the garden bench that night, the same place they'd first met. "Thank you," she said as he sat beside her. "For what?" "For being the father Arya deserves. For being," she hesitated, "for being what we both needed." Parker took her hand, feeling the spark of something that had been growing between them for months. "I'm not going anywhere," he promised. Above them, Kepler 440b's twin moons rose over the horizon, casting silver light on a new kind of family, one built not on biology or politics, but on choice, courage, and an ex-soldier's determination to protect what mattered. In her bassinet, Arya glowed softly, dreaming hybrid dreams of a future where love defined family more than genetics ever could. And across the galaxy, humanity's reputation grew. They didn't just fight for themselves. They fought for anyone who needed them, adopted the abandoned, and turned broken families into unbreakable bonds. That was the human way. That was HFY.N.